morning, everybody. Today I'm going to be reading to you An Extraordinary Egg by Leo Lionni. I'm thinking extraordinary. That's a really big word. What could an extraordinary egg be? What does extraordinary mean? I'm going to read a couple of pages, but as I read, I want you to be thinking of that word extraordinary. Ready? Say it with me. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Nice work. So as I'm reading, you think of what that could mean, and then we'll talk about it. On Pebble Island, there lived 3 frogs, Marilyn, August, and one who was always somewhere else. That one's name was Jessica. Jessica was full of wonder. She would go on long walks way to the other side of Pebble Island and return at the end of the day shouting, "Look what I found!" And even if it was nothing but an ordinary little pebble, she would say, "Isn't it extraordinary?" But Marilyn and August were never impressed. So I'm going to read those few sentences again. I want you to be thinking, what could extraordinary mean? And even if it was nothing but an ordinary little pebble, she would say, "Isn't it extraordinary?" But Marilyn and August were never impressed. Take a minute and think, what does extraordinary mean? Extraordinary means it's unusual or remarkable, striking. It's liked a lot. If you thought that, nice work. But if not, you learned a new word. One day, in a mound of stones, she found one that stood out from all the others. It was perfect, white like the snow and round like the full moon on a midsummer night. Even though it was almost as big as she was, Jessica decided to bring it home. "I wonder what Marilyn and August will say when they see this," she shouted as she rolled that beautiful stone to the small inlet where the 3 of them lived. "Look what I found!" she shouted triumphantly. "A huge pebble!" This time, Marilyn and August were truly astonished. "That is not a pebble," said Marilyn, who knew everything about everything. "It's an egg! A chicken egg!" "A chicken egg? How do you know it's a chicken egg?" asked Jessica, who had never even heard of chickens. Marilyn smiled. "There are some things you just know." I'm thinking, chicken egg. Make a picture of what a chicken looks like in your head. Where would you see a chicken? Keep that thought in your head as I read. A few days later, the frogs heard a strange noise coming from the egg. They watched in amazement as the egg cracked, and out crawled a long, scaly creature that walked on 4 legs. "See!" exclaimed Marilyn. I was right. It is a chicken." "A chicken?" they all shouted. The chicken took a deep breath, grunted, gave each of them astonished frogs a look, and said in a small, raspy voice, "Where's the water?" "Straight ahead!" the frogs cried out excitedly. I'm going to move this closer. Is that what you pictured a chicken to look like? I didn't. The chicken threw herself into the water, and the frogs dove in after her. To their surprise, the chicken was a good swimmer, and fast too, and showed them new ways to float and paddle. They had a wonderful time together and played from sunup to sundown. So it went for many days. I've never seen a chicken swim. Could it be a chicken? I think some of you already know. Then one day, Jessica was somewhere else. August and Marilyn saw a commotion in the water below. Someone was in trouble. Quickly, the chicken dove into the dark pool. August and Marilyn were frightened. Let's make a prediction. That means, what do you think is going to happen next? Someone is in trouble. All are looking. Let's find out. After a few long moments, the chicken reappeared, carrying Jessica. I'm all right, she called. I got tangled in the weeds, but the chicken saved me. That's certainly not what I was thinking happened, but that's okay. From that day on, Jessica and her rescuer were inseparable friends. Wherever Jessica went, the chicken went too. They traveled all over the island. They went to Jessica's secret thinking place. Chicken, still calling it a chicken. And to the Great Pebble Monument. One day, they went to a place where Jessica had never been before. A red and blue bird flew down from a tree. Oh, there you are, it exclaimed when it saw the chicken. Your mother has been looking all over for you. Come, I'll take you to her. Let's see, where would she take the animal if it was a chicken? Let's think that in your head. What would a chicken mother look like? They followed the bird for a very long time. They walked and they walked. They walked under the warm sun and cool moon. And then, you think it's going to chicken? They came upon the most extraordinary creature they had ever seen. Think it's a chicken? Thumbs up if you think it's a chicken. Thumbs down if you don't. All right, let's find out. It was asleep, but when it heard the little chicken shout, Mother! It slowly opened one eye, smiled an enormous smile, and in a voice as gentle as the whispering grass said, Come here, my sweet little alligator. If you did this, you were right. It's not a chicken, it's an alligator. And the little chicken climbed happily onto her mother's nose. Now it's time for me to go, said Jessica. I'll miss you very much, little chicken. Come visit us soon and bring your mother too. Jessica still thinks her friend is a chicken. What's going to happen next? Jessica couldn't wait to tell Marilyn and August what had happened. As she neared the inlet, she shouted, Guess what I found? And she told them all about it. And do you know what the mother chicken said to her baby? Jessica asked. She called her my sweet little alligator. Alligator, said Marilyn. What a silly thing to say. And the three frogs couldn't stop laughing. To them, their friend will always be a chicken. But we know better. We know that the extraordinary, unusual, remarkable, or striking, liked a lot, egg is actually an alligator. I hope you enjoyed this. Read aloud and happy spring!